What is up, guys? It's Legomatic9, and today I'm going to be doing a highly requested video, and it is a video on how to make Merle from The Walking Dead's knife hand. Now, it isn't really that hard of a process, and a lot of you should be able to do it. So first, I'll go over the materials that you'll need. So you will need one dark bluish gray hand. Well, it doesn't really matter what color hand, but just this is preferred. You'll need one of these antenna pieces, which, if you guys don't know, comes from this thing. One of these, you can just pull it out. For some reason, this one will want to. So yeah, you can just pull it out like that. So you need one of those. Also, you will need. Let me get this thing back in. There we go. This part you'll actually have to buy, and it is a Brick Arms Lewis gun. Now this one is in gray, or the dark gray, and I used a black one for this one. And as you can tell, I painted over that, and it kind of looks pretty crude. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm making a new one for him, considering this one's kind of crappy. So I decided to make a video on it. So you'll need one of these, and if you don't have one of these, then you just have to find some sort of plastic that is thicker than one of these rods. It has to be thicker. As you can tell, this one is thicker, and yeah, so you need one that is thicker than this. Yeah, so Lewis gun's probably the best choice, and you can find those off of brickarms.com. So now the tools that you will need in order to make this. I have toothpicks for the painting, black paint for the details on it. Also, you will need an X-Acto knife, optional kind of. It's just better to have one. A file of some sort, or sandpaper. Toothpicks would be nice, and some sort of silver paint too. Like, what I don't think I have any like really good silver paint. Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, I do. I got some silver paint which I'll use. On this one I use Sharpie on, which was a bad choice because Sharpie kind of sucks. So yeah. So first thing you're going to want to do, I'll move down here. Now this video is going to be split up into clips and such. You will want to, I guess we'll just start off with the easy part. You're going to want to, also another big tool. I have some of these. They're wire cutters. I got them from my dad gave them to me to use for modding. So those would be preferred. So what you want to do is you want to cut off, as you can see I'm cutting off the ball on that side. Then you want to cut off the hinge part on the other side. So you just can have like this rod that's just sitting off to the side, which we will use later. Now also, we will want to cut like the hand off of this. Not the entire hand, just most of it. So, now before I do that, one of the big things with this figure is that this hand can, fit all the way in there without you seeing it. So what you're going to want to do is with this, you're going to want to cut on this part just so it can be able to fit inside a minifigure's hand. You also want to cut part of the back off. It doesn't really matter how much, just enough so it'll be able to fit in there. Then you will also want to cut this part off, so you will have a little bit left of the hand, so it can glue onto the his amputee thing. So I'm going to cut the video, and we'll jump right back after I have this done. Alright, so now we do have this hand that's cut up. As you can see, like, here's what mine looks like. I filed it down a little bit so it's more round, and it can fit into the minifigure's hand quite well, or minifigure's arm quite well, as you can tell. I'll just put it in there, and it fits in there pretty nice. It doesn't, fall out if I do that, so it's pretty secure. So that's the first part, easy part, done. So next, what we'll want to do is we're going to move on to the Lewis gun, so we'll move this stuff out of the way. Oh, also, by the way, I did add another paint to the mixture, which is some brown paint, because I was looking at my Merle figure I have right here, and I just noticed that these parts the straps are brown. So it's probably better to have brown if you're going for accuracy. So I guess it's good that I am editing this and changing it. So now what we're going to want to do with this is we're going to want to cut this right behind the sights of the barrel, which I will do. So right behind the sights is gone. Then we're going to want to cut about, like here's what I'm looking at right now, just a little bit. That's probably maybe close to 2 studs, but not quite. So we'll cut this off. There we go. So there's your Lewis gun over there. You can do whatever you want with that. Now we actually have his arm part of it. So, sorry about that. Now that we have that part, I'm just checking the size of this. Now, as you can see, like once you cut this, you can see that there is some stress right there. So what we can do is we can file that side down just to get rid of that stress part, because we don't want that. So it will look bad. So I'm just filing that off real quick. I'll probably make this side the side that gets glued in. Maybe. Yeah, I can do that. Alright, so now we have this part all done. So what we're going to want to do is you're going to take, like as you can see, mine has that little production circle right there, so we're going to want that on the bottom. So we're going to want to glue these together. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to trim it down a little bit on the top to make it more round so it blends in a little bit more. So once I get that done, I'll come back. Alright, so now I have the hand and the actual, I don't know what you call it, but the amputee cover kind of thing glued together. So I'm going to sit those over here, let those, no, I'll set them over here, let those dry. And so now, I guess the only part left is the actual knife itself. So what you're going to want to do is, with your rod that we cut earlier, as you can see, same width and everything, you want to go on a, I guess, like, whittle this side, like this side down so it's a little sharper. You may need to shorten this just a little bit. And you just want to give it that kind of knife shape. Like this one isn't very accurate, but as you can see on the action figure, it is a bayonet. So if you had like a Brick Arms bayonet or something, or some other kind of thing you wanted to put under there, then fine by me, go right ahead. But I'm actually going to use this. And now that I think about it, this knife is a little short, so I may extend that just a little bit, just maybe make that thinner. So you're going to want to whittle this away, and once I get this done, then I'll come back. Alright guys, so now I have my that antenna whittled away. I shortened it a little bit, so now it is time to glue these parts together. So this part's probably one of the hardest parts of the thing. You're just trying to get it straight and everything. So I'm going to cut away, and once I come back, I'll show you the glued product. Okay, so I have it gluing right now. Just a helpful hint, just with the tweezers, what I do is that when I first started gluing the end would want to like tip down this way. So what I did is I just held it with my tweezers like that just to keep it in place. I kind of shifted it right there, yeah, so that's just a way to do that, just a tip. And you're going to want to hold this, because if you set it down and you let it roll, then it's going to shift the knife out of place. Yeah, so you're just going to want to hold it. The glue I use, it looks like this. Plastic surgery, stuff like that. It costs. You can go to your local Ace. I don't know if you guys have those everywhere, but they come in little packets like this. I'll move this out of the way. They come in little packets like this. Yeah. So, like, I'll move it over there. So they look like that. You can probably find them like anywhere, like Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. They probably have them, or any local hardware store. I get mine at Ace, so you guys probably have them too. Yeah, so you just want to let this dry, and once it's dry, I'll come back to the painting part.